Welcome back. All the action continuing from the Gold Rush, and it's not just about what's happening on the track. All the action is also happening off the track, including the fashion, which is at an all-time high today here on Gold Rush Day. Louise, you look absolutely stunning. Tell us a little bit about your outfit.
Oh, thanks, Alana. Look, I loved this dress when I saw it. I was initially going to go really blingy gold, and then I saw this in Rebecca Valance, and quickly had my milliner in Victoria whip up a hat to go with it. We basically went with Vegemite lid yellow, which was the closest match, and that's how she did it from Victoria to here.
Vegemite lid yellow. I mean, you don't get more Australian than that. That is absolutely gold. And Fiona, you look stunning as well. What do you love about getting dressed up and coming to the races?
Everything. I just love everything about getting dressed up, putting outfits together. And when I saw this dress, I have to wear it for Gold Rush Day. And Kim Waibenga made the millinery. It's different to what I normally go for, but yeah, just love everything about it.
Well, the structure looks absolutely sophisticated. You look stunning. You know what else is gold? Champagne. What do you say we head to the bar?
A good idea, yes, let's do that.
Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to head to the bar. All the action continuing from Gold Rush Day.
Thanks, Alana. Now it's time. It's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the 7+ Sport Gold Rush over 1,400 metres. Weight for age, $1.5 million, Scott, and what a field we have assembled here.
And for the first time, the Gold Rush will stay in WA. Lockie, the inaugural race won by the astrologist, Willie Pike, and then last year it was Munamek and Damien Oliver when he made it the last three winners on Damien Oliver, the Gold Rush Day. This year sponsored by 7+ Sport, brings together an elite field of WA exclusive gallopers, a race that I must admit, I have near on no idea. I really struggled with this race. But Western Empire's the way I sided up in the end. Comes through the Winterbottom Stakes. Convinced myself he was pretty luckless in that field. Fingers crossed Billy Egan can get the ride right. Comes into barrier 12 after scratchings, 3 deep with cover.
I know you're with Western Empire, but how about the money late for Super Smink? $4.60 into $4 in the last 15 to 20 minutes. That's a really good go.
I know there's been a big discussion point in the last 7 days about Super Smink out of the Northerly. Was she desperately unlucky, or was she not travelling that well and the gaps were probably going quicker than what she was at the point of the home corner? Clearly, money speaks all languages, and the punters out there have agreed with themselves and made a consensus that she was very unlucky. Into $4 now, Super Smink. She's going to jump a clear-cut favourite.
And as is the depth of this race, it's just such a quality event here in WA. You have old boys like Comfort Me, Valor Road, Magnificent Dandy that continue to front up at this level time and time again. They're getting out to really big quotes.
They certainly are. Now, we always coin Comfort Me as the Freo Dockers of the WA racing world. He was so good on so many occasions, but the trophy cabinet was empty. But he finally got one this preparation when he was able to take out the Eurythmic Stakes. So I think if he can cross and find the fence, Comfort Me's a live chance. I think that Bustler can absolutely win this race, and Stevie Parnham's got his eye in. There are so many different ways you could look at this. The horse from your dad's yard, Searching Rocks, I know she drew a bit of a lemon at the barrier draw on Tuesday, but I also think she's going good enough to win this at 20 to 1. And then what do you do with the 3-year-old? Winning the Lion. This time last year, Ripcord was almost the winner. He was a 3-year-old taking on the older horses. Sean and Jake Casey have to feel as though they're a live chance.
Absolutely, but it's going to be such an open edition, and as you said a little earlier, it wouldn't be a surprise to see a bunch finish, and it will really come down to who gets luck in running and who might get the best ride in this race.
Well, I think I say that first and foremost because there's 3 1,400-metre lead-ups. You're either coming through the Eurythmic Stakes behind Comfort Me, the Lastia Stakes behind Bustler, or the Asian Bow Stakes behind Super Smink. One is a set weights and penalties, one's a weight for age, one's a handicap. I don't have a strong view on which of those is the strongest form reference. If anything, I'd probably have to say it's the weight for age Lastia. So that's why I'm saying Bustler can win this at double figures, and that's why I'm going to go with the Group 1 weight for age form of the Winterbottom, ultimately with Western Empire.
Okay, that's a brief look at the 7+ Sport Gold Rush, but let's get into our preview. Horses are making their way down into the main mounting yard ahead of our feature here this afternoon. Favoritism is now with Super Smink at $4. Western Empire is out to $6. Magnificent Andy is a $7 chance. And Bustler, how about the support for him? He's into $9.50. But let's start our preview, and we'll start with the one, Western Empire. He was once your all-in favourite for this race. Now he's easy. Grunt Alana Williams, Billy Egan.
$3.50 he was at the barrier draw on Tuesday evening here in WA, so he's now out to $6.50. The biggest change for him is that there's no Willie Pike. If Pikey was here, you wouldn't be getting each way. I like the setup for him.
2 is Valor Road. We'll come back and have a look at Western Empire in the mounting yard. Simon Miller, Luke Curry.
Who's here today as a 9-year-old. He's got a wonderful story, Valor Road, behind him. He won on debut a Pinjarra Magic Millions as a 2-year-old. He went 2 from 2 undefeated, winning the Karrakatta Plate. That's now, 7 years ago, this horse. He's now a 9-year-old. Luke Curry's ridden him once, and it was in South Australia for a group victory, the Euclays Stakes, I think it was, off the top of my head. So far in this campaign, he's run second to Search and Rocks in a listed race at Belmont Park, second in a Carbine Club to Aztec Ruler. He's a proven weight for age commodity. They put the blinkers back on. I just wonder whether it's going to be his swan song. Is it the last run of this horse's illustrious career? He's going good enough to make his presence felt. And look at these scenes, Lockie, with legendary Hall of Fame rider Rodney Rocket Kemp giving a handshake to all of these riders as they come into the mounting yard.
What an absolute champion Kemp he is. OK, Tessa, let's have a look at Western Empire in the flesh.
Yes, he looks fantastic here as expected. Amazing muscle definition over those hindquarters. Looks great in the coat and condition. Cannot fault this runner at all.
And how about the 2, Valor Road, the 9-year-old having his 43rd career start, Simon Miller, Luke Curry.
And the beautiful big boy, the old boy, he looks fantastic as always. He's such a big, strong individual and parades out here like a seasoned professional he is.
OK, Scotty, what do you make of the chances of the 3? Comfort Me, Reece Radford, Holly Watson.
Well, set weights and penalties definitely suited him first up. He was a Metro 104 raider carrying only 55 kilos. So weights and measures said that he had to go very well in that race first up, and he kicked well clear on straightening and was too strong for them. He then raced in the Lastia Stakes when beaten a length and a half by Casino 17, or a length and a quarter, more importantly, by Bustler, who's in this field today. And then he ran, this is incredible, his 3rd second placing in the Railway Stakes. He hasn't won at Group 1 level, but he's 3 times placed in our handicap mile. He's going particularly well.
And looks fantastic too. He's, I think, only improving in looks, especially off that last run. You can't fault this runner either in this field. And I think, obviously, he's quite professional in season when it comes to these big features.
The 4 is Bustler, the Group 1 Railway Stakes winner, Neville and Steve Parnham.
Stevie Parnham is the key to Bustler as well. He gets back aboard here for the first time since he rode him 3 starts ago in the Lastia. He was beaten ahead that day by Casino 17. Jared Noski jumped aboard in the Railway with Stevie riding Zip Away, and then Brad Parnham rode in the Northerly with Stevie again siding with Zip Away. Today he's done the old switcheroo, Stevie Parnham, and he's gone back to Bustler, and I think from that draw he ends up in the right spot. He's off 7 days and he has been very popular all the way through the week.
Looks great, parades really nicely here, walks out lovely, and obviously he's got that bit of touch from the strapper Janae with a love heart there, and lots of love from the team.
5, Red Can Man, Steve Wolf, Geordie Turner.
Very similar to Valor Road. This could be one of the last times we see Red Can Man at the races as an 8-year-old now who's racing a little bit behind his best. I feel like I'm being a bully here, Lockie, talking about these great horses from beautiful stables that have been so good all the way through their career, but we just haven't seen the best of him this time in.
Sounds like there is a few war horses out here, and great stories could unfold very soon. Red Can Man, another one of those. Looks great here again. Just a seasoned professional, knows what it's all about.
The 6 is Hot Zed, Lulu Ciani, Jason Whiting.
Well, Hot Zed did Hot Zed things last night in the Winterbottom Stakes. He went around 100 to 1. He settled 4 back the fence. He shot up along the inside, and he ran 3rd behind Overpass and Mahaba. It was a wonderful effort from this 7-year-old.
Looks well too. He's well muscled, great in the coat and condition.
7, Ripcord. He's back in the West, which is great to see. Luke Fernie, Clint Johnson-Porter.
He was able to win the Placid Arc Stakes last season as a 3-year-old. Then he went to the Winterbottom. Then he went to the Gold Rush. His campaign in Victoria, though, this time in, was a bit below his best.
Looks up and about too. He's just starting to get a little bit fractious, so not a bad sign. Looks like could be very ready to get back out there on the Ascot turf.
8, Magnificent Andy, S.J. Miller, Brad Parnham.
I think he's mapped to win this race, Magnificent Andy. I think he's a massive player here. Ascot 1400 is his sweet spot. The bar plates go on. If you're seeing that gear change and getting a little bit scared about it, just keep in mind he's a 2-time winner in bar plates previously.
Looks well, can't fault anything here. Nice muscle definition.
The 9 is Triple Missile, Donna Reardon, Joy as a Party.
Ran a super race in the Railway Stakes, but now rises up 6 kilos to weight for age, which makes it a lot harder for him.
Looks fantastic and is absolutely glowing in coat today.
10, Zip Away, Neville Parnham, Lakdara Molly.
Was much better in the Northerly Stakes. I was probably harsh on him in the Railway. He's going along okay, but I just get the feeling they may have been chasing their tail the whole way through the prep.
Looks well in himself, as expected here.
11, Mojo Rhythm, Mitch Pateman, Pat Carberry.
He's racing as well as he possibly can. 6th in the Railway, 5th in the Northerly. He's a blowout chance for sure.
Always stands out to me, this galloper, and looks just as good as has been the last few starts.
12, Rope Them In, Steve Wolf, Sean McGrady.
4-year-old here, lightly raced, really progressive. 7 wins from 16 starts. Produced a career best performance in the Winterbottom Stakes. He's the real deal.
Paraded really nicely and looks well in the coat and condition.
Ruler, Steph Fahala, Jared Noski.
Up to weight for age here for the first time is the query on him. He's better suited in handicap conditions.
Looks fantastic. I really like the look of this galloper the last few starts, and same goes here. Looks great again. We'll just see in the class though.
14, Super Smink, Dan Morton, Chris Parnham.
Was brilliant in the Railway 3rd and then didn't get the right run last week in the Northerly. On the 7-day back to 1400.
Couldn't fault this galloper in the last 2 Group 1s, and I think the same goes here.
15, Search and Rocks, Jim Taylor, Sean O'Donnell.
Has been 3 and 4 deep at 3 of her last 4. She's going a lot better than what she's looking on paper.
Looks well and paraded nicely here.
And 16, Win in the Lion, Sean and Jake Casey, Lucy Fury.
Horse that ran 4th behind Win in the Lion, took out race number 1 today as a form enhancement. Drops 5 kilos coming into weight for age, taking on the older horses.
And another one that looks great here. It's going to be a very tough decision.
Okay, let's now head to Nick Ristovic for the wagering update.
This is it. The excitement's been building all day. We're finally here with the big dance. The 7 Plus Sport Gold Rush run for $1.5 million. And the punters are very, very keen again on Super Smink here. Sminky's into $3.90, which is an incredible push late for the horse, followed by Western Empire in the second line of betting here at $6.40. But the big nibble late's been on Magnificent Andy. It's now in from $10 into $7 as we approach the jump. So a big go for Andy here as we approach the race. This looks like a race full of many chances. So if you like a few runners here, we've got a $300,000 first paw jackpot available with Tab Touch. So if you're interested in your exotics, definitely one to have a look at today. Good luck in the race, and of course remember what you're really gambling with. For free and confidential support.
All about furniture and decor. Bendigo's furniture and bedding destination. Just down from the showgrounds. Holmes Road,
Owners.
Hope today's a day for her. She looks great.
14, Super Smink on top for Tessa Daly. She's been a big fan of this horse all throughout this preparation, and she's sticking fat. She is your favourite. Scotty, how do you order the 4?
1, 4, 14 and 8. 1 Western Empire, hoping to see him reach his pinnacle again here today. Loved his run first up in the Colonel Reeves. Thought he was luckless second up in the Winterbottom. Finds a nice race here, third up out to 1400, and draws in a spot where he can be 3 deep cover, which is where he invariably does his best work. 4 in Bustler. I respect all the money that's coming for him. 14 Super Smink. Didn't think she'd get this short, but the punters have certainly sided up with her. And number 8 in for 4th, Magnificent Andy, who does look the map horse here for Bradley Parnham. 1, 4, 14 and 8 each way Western Empire for me.
1 Western Empire on top for Scott. When you were doing your form, did you expect an each way price about Western Empire?
No, I absolutely didn't. You knew you'd get a better price than the 350 that was on Tuesday morning when you heard Willie Pike had broken his wrist and it was going to be a replacement rider, but I didn't think it would double in price all the way out to $7.
We have 13 Plus Sport Gold Rush. Weight for age, 1,400 metres, $1.5 million. There's Magnificent Andy joining the line inside barrier number 3. So we'll hand you upstairs to Darren McCauley for the call of the 2024 7 Plus Sport Gold Rush.
Waiting on Valor Road to come along, and Mojo Rhythm as well. So Mojo Rhythm now making its way there with Valor Road, Western Empire. Good crowd here as well for the 3rd running of the Gold Rush. Great moments here 12 months ago. Munamek, of course, beating home Ripcord. Ripcord trying to redeem that defeat today. There's this wonderful ageless galloper, Valor Road going in, and now the mare Super Smink. The baby of the field is Wind in the Lion and is now being walked up towards its stall here by rider Lucy Fiore. And Triple Missile, Aztec Ruler coming forward with Rope Them In. Western Empire and Ripcord, Comfort Me, 3 in the one Railway Stakes. He's been such a fabulous horse for trainer Reese Radford, owners Frank and May Edwards. Western Empire now taken up. Goes in for Billy Egan. One of the 2 Victorian riders, Luke Curry, of course, aboard Valor Road, as Aztec Ruler now comes up. We wait only on the last 3 or 4. They're nearly set here with Comfort Me. Going up, $4 Super Smink. She's in from $4.60. Beaten in the last gasp 12 months ago. Ripcord now goes up and takes his spot. And so the last of them to come forward is Rope Them In. Runners are almost set. The starters on the ladder and they're about to break. 1400. Racing now in the Gold Rush, missing it, Triple Missile, Rope Them In, went straight back after the start. Red Can Man, one of the first to get going, Comfort Me. Ripcord came out brilliantly, and he's firing across, sailing across now to join Red Can Man soon after the start, with Valor Road making a line of 3, pushing up near the middle. 1.5 lengths to Hot Zed behind those. Close handy, Magnificent Andy, Bustler's there as well, but a little wider. Search and Rocks also covering ground, wind of the line, going up, zip away from Super Smink, Western Empire, Mojo Rhythm, Triple Missile and Aztec Ruler, and Rope Them In found himself stone motherless. They go by the 750. Red Can Man held the front. Valor Road is running second, and then came Ripcord on the outside. A little deep though at the 600 from Comfort Me. The middle, Hot Zed, is just starting to drift up on the rails well. 3/4 Bustler ridden along behind the Magnificent Andy's in the middle. Zip away, coiled up down near the inside, looking for the way clear as well. Chris Parnham on Super Smink trying to find a bit of opening, and then Western Empire. Valor Road hits the front. They went to the 300 from Comfort Me. Behind them, Hot Zed picking his way through. Zip away, getting up on the inside. Western Empire, he's launching a mighty run on the outside. Western Empire surges to the lead, draws away. Western Empire takes out the Gold Rush. Close for second, Magnificent Andy, Super Smink, Triple Missile. Rope Them In from last, charging down the outside. Comfort Me, Aztec Ruler behind them from Bustler. Mojo Rhythm, zip away. Then came at the head of the others, Valor Road, Hot Zed. Then back behind them was Wind in the Line when they'd pulled up. Red Can Man, Ripcord weakening, and toward the tail with those is Search and Rocks.
Of our Western Empire salutes in the 7+ Sport Gold Rush, the 3rd edition, and what a ride. He was 3 and 4 deep with cover, just had a lovely track into the race, and when Billy Egan said go, the horse just absolutely exploded late.
That's exactly the ride that we were after from Billy Egan. 3 and 4 deep with cover, and then get him to the outside, show what's under the hood. It's obviously going to be a big blow for poor Willie Pike as he has his recovery from the broken wrist, but for Grant and Alana Williams, the story behind this horse is quite incredible. He won a Railway Stakes, he won a WATC Derby as a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. He's now back here as a 7-year-old. You know, the day that he won the Railway, Grant Williams had hair.
Exactly right. It's been a long journey for Western Empire, and the fact that he was racing without any type of form on the East Coast, the rejuvenation period that Grant and Alana Williams have had to go through, not only with Western Empire, but their whole stable, but they're firing on all 4 cylinders now.
An incredible purchase, because in all honesty, when he was in Victoria, he was just not at the same level. Grant and Alana Williams are the key to this horse. I know that he's Alana's personal favourite. They call him Western. He's a stable star, and he's here today and taken out a $1.5 million feature, and they've broken 122, Lockie, so they've really rattled along, and he just exploded off that speed.
Magnificent Andy, he was your first horse beaten in second. He was very brave, as was Super Smink. In the end, she ran your favourite, and she didn't let her loyal connections down. But in the end, it's Western Empire that salutes in the 7+ Sport Gold Rush. What a training performance. What a ride from Billy Egan. How about Billy Egan's week? He wasn't even booked on this horse on Monday afternoon.
imagine getting that phone call saying, would you be interested in coming over here and riding in a $1.5 million race? And could you make it maybe this weekend? We're not talking about the future. We're talking about 6 days' time. He's done a wonderful job here on this horse, Lockie, and Grant Williams will be beside himself.
Absolutely. Grant Williams is getting greeted by a host of happy connections and his family. He's getting a hug from his dad, Ray, as we speak, which is so great to see. He makes his way over towards me. Grant Williams, congratulations. You've done it again. How does that feel?
Yeah, that's pretty good, Lock. Everyone close to me knows I threw the teddy out the cot Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, it's just lucky that Lucky Lans is the solid part between the two of us because she takes the emotion out of it. And yeah, it's been obviously our goal. He was working so good leading up to the Winterbottom. We actually thought that we were a big chance to win it, and obviously we weren't. And yeah, now we've got this one, so that's good. 50.
Talk about Billy Egan. You hadn't met him before today. What a ride.
Oh, Bill. Well, Bill, they call him. Billy.
There's Grant Williams greeting Billy Egan for the first time. But how about that?
Yeah, look, yeah, it's a funny. It's been a hectic week, and a lot of people that I know over east obviously made phone calls straight away, and then yeah, everyone said, yeah, this guy, he's a ripper. He's one of Paddy Payne's main rider, and he's one of the hardest markers. So, I actually did notice him when I was in Melbourne, but like, he's a champion bloke, they reckon. And my first impressions when we met before the first were really good. And I put him on some slow ones today, and I was starting to think, oh God, like what are we going to do? I'm sorry about, I probably.